Okay, is it recording?
Yep.
Great. So welcome. I'm really sorry I've kept you late today. I know it's time to go home way a long time ago, but I felt I really needed to do this today. We've been working on the future, but then I asked you to turn all of these statements into questions. And I wanted to show you what will happen when we do this, because it's really important. We've put all of these questions on the board and they all follow the same structure. We start with a question word. Where, what, who, why, when, how often. Loads of different types of question words. After the question word, we use an auxiliary verb. Now, I've been teaching you things like the auxiliary verb do and does and did and didn't last term. We've looked a little bit at the verb to be, but also you need to remember that modal verbs are also auxiliary verbs. So it's really important to note that. We have a question word, we have an auxiliary verb, then we have a subject, and then we have a main verb. Now, if you look at these different things here, these two things will always tell you what tense the question is and what tense you need to answer it. So if it is, where is he going to work? We know that by looking at going to and the verb to be, we know that it's future simple with going to, and we need to answer with future simple with going to. If it's planning to, it's also very similar. It's like a present continuous type future simple statement. Now somebody said, does she plan to work? That wasn't the right answer, the right question I should say, but it still fits into the structure. So if you see a do or does, you know it's present simple. If you see an is with an ing, you know it's present continuous or the future with going to. If you see would he rather, you know it's a present simple type structure with no ings and no goings and stuff like that. So it's really important to look at that. If you have a question word first, we need to give a long answer. So if we say, where is he going to work? We would say, he is going to work in California. But if we start with a short question, we need to give a short answer. So, is she planning to work? Yes, she is. No, she isn't. Does she plan to work? Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Are they going to sell their car? Yes, they are. No, they aren't. So here we have short questions and long questions. And by looking at the auxiliary verbs and the main verbs, you can start to differentiate the name of the tense. And as you progress in the language, you'll see other auxiliary verbs here and other main verbs, which will give you the idea of different tenses. Now, earlier on, we were just looking at the word will. Will is an auxiliary verb. Will you go out with me later? Every question that you ever ask will fit into this structure, whatever tense you ask. The only exception is present simple or past simple when it uses the verb to be. Those questions don't fit into this structure, but all other tenses do. For homework and to deepen this knowledge in general, you need to look at the Red Book Essential Grammar in Use, Unit 44 for the short questions in all the tenses. They'll show you all the tenses in this unit. And for the long questions, 46, 47 and 48. And it will play with different tenses so you can get to know questions better. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, we're going to work on questions using this language. Thank you.